Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you for joining me in another video. Today we'll be talking about a Las Vegas legend, the Dunes Casino, which was another one of these earlier casino hotels that sprung up during the massive boom that began the casino hotel era. We all know the Dunes for its Arabian desert theme, and it would be the marvelous creation of a few individuals. Alfred Gottesman, who was a former movie theater chain owner, Joe Sullivan, who was a restaurant owner from Rhode Island, as well as Bob Rice, who was a costume jewelry maker from Beverly Hills. The Dunes would open on May 23rd of 1955, located at 3650 Las Vegas Boulevard South, and it cost around $3.5 million to build. It opened 3 weeks after the Riviera, and then 3 days before the Moulin Rouge opened. When the Dunes was built, it was the first casino hotel that was seen by driving cars on the roads because it was located at the farthest south point on the strip. The Sultan that was seen in pictures as well as chips was 48 feet tall when it was outside of the Dunes, placed on top of the casino. His Tehran had a diamond, which was actually an oversized gem-cut car headlight that sparkled when it got hit by miniature minarets on the hotel's roof. After the opening day of the Moulin Rouge, Sinatra was at the Dunes. He gathered celebrities together and they all went to the Moulin Rouge, where you were able to find people like Billy Eccleston, Mitzi Gaynor, and Hedda Hopper. Over the next couple months, there were different occasions where the Gaming Commission was granting applications for other people to have a percentage of interest in the Dunes, one of those individuals being Kirk Kerkorian, who would go on to building massive casino resorts here in Las Vegas. At the same time, the Dunes wasn't doing too well under the management, and there would be buyers interested in getting their hands on the Dunes. On August 25th of 1955, just 3 months after the Dunes had opened, the Gaming Control Board recommended the approval of the gaming license to the stockholders of the Sands to lease the Dunes for a 10-year time period. As time went on, things got better. You had more celebrity appearances from Jimmy Durante, Mickey Rooney, and Joey Foreman. At one point, the Dunes was making close to $10 million a week just from gaming. New gimmicks drew tourists into the resort, and it was making them great profit, but they noticed they needed to add something to keep them there longer. They needed more hotel rooms, so they announced that they were going to add a 20-story, 300-room building that was going to cost over $6 million and would make it the largest/tallest building in Nevada and most of the Southwest. In addition to that, they would have their own 1,500-seat convention hall, day and night nurseries for infants and pets, a 1,000-seat dining room, a gym, and a top-of-the-strip cocktail lounge on the 18th floor. Outside, they also wanted to add a golf course, tennis courts, as well as a trail riding area. It was said that in December of 1958, the resort announced that everyone who had or was holding $5 chips had to return them to casino or they would be worthless. Long and behold, the casino was switching them out for new black-colored $5 chips. The 18-hole golf course got added in 1959, which is today's Park MGM, New York, City Center, Cosmopolitan, and the T-Mobile Arena. At the same time, the addition of hotel rooms mentioned earlier was finally built to have 800 new guest rooms, as well as a 24-story hotel tower. Following those years, the Dunes would have great success and would have shows every night with tons of entertainment available. So many shows that I could probably go on for 10 minutes naming them all, but I won't do that. At this time, you were able to see chips from 25 cents all the way up to $100. And moving into the 80s, the Dune was doing fine until the final years where it would start to struggle. It might have been a combination of things like that it was turning close to 35 to 40 years old and was in need of renovations, as well as the new era of casino resorts that was starting to pop up all over the strip. A few of them being the MGM Grand, Imperial Palace, the Holiday, Boardwalk, which was later into the 80s, but lots of different casinos were opening on the strip. The Dunes also had a new operator who was Morris Schenker, who at one time was Jimmy Hoffa's lawyer. The Teamsters loaned Schenkner the money that he needed to buy the dunes, and he went from there. Although it didn't last too long, the dunes was going downhill quick and was in debt. Schenkner's group was forced to file for federal bankruptcy, protections from creditors, and the resort was then sold to Masao Nangaku, who was a wealthy Japanese businessman. At this time, I believe the dunes' last run of chips with the golf course inlay came out. Also, a little side note about those chips, I believe if you use a black light to see the inlays, they say Minami and Paulson on them, which is interesting. Usually casino chips would say Paulson or have a hat and cane, or usually like on Bud Jones chips, they say BJ on them. It's said that Nangaku failed to bring the dunes back to life, and construction on his 35-story, $90 million office complex, which would be called Minami Tower, had been stalled and would be known by cynics as Minami Stealth or Nangaku's Hole. He had invested $35 million into this project and lost it all, costing him a total of $130 million all the years that he was here in Las Vegas. Unfortunately, the dunes would finally be sold, and it would be Steve Wynn who would purchase the dunes. Wynn had the knowledge on how to create another amazing casino because he had experience having ownership in the Frontier, Golden Nugget, and then would also own the Golden Nugget that was in Atlantic City, as well as creating the Mirage and Treasure Island. The dunes would finally close its doors on January 26th of 1993, and then would be imploded on October 27th of 1993. The dunes would make way for the Bellagio Casino today. It left behind an amazing story for Las Vegas to remember forever. The dunes made such an impact on the early Las Vegas Strip, as being known as one of the greats alongside the Sands, Riviera, Stardust, and many others. Now, there are people all around the world with dunes memorabilia, and those who collect chips have full-on sets of the chips, which is incredible to see. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, and if you have any information or memories from the dunes, please put them into the comments below. That was the amazing history of the dunes that was located here in Las Vegas. Thank you again for watching this video. It truly means a lot to see the support, and it makes me want to create more of these videos as time goes on. I'll catch you all in the next one, and it's been Oscar, and peace out.